Moment Adventures, and welcome to Let's Play System Shock Enhanced Edition. System Shock was originally released in 1994 by Looking Glass Technologies, who would later go on to make System Shock 2 in 1999 alongside Irrational Games. And most recently, Night Dive Studios have announced that they are making a full remake of the classic System Shock, and have released a pre-alpha demo showcasing what they've done so far. And it looks pretty good, but I'm going to be playing the classic System Shock. I would say I was playing the original, but I'm not. I'm playing the Enhanced Edition, which can be found on both Steam and GOG. Great old games. So without further ado, let's start a new game. I'm going to leave all the settings on normal, and my name, as LP, is the one that I always use on my channel, which is the DM. So, without further ado, let us enter the world of System Shock. And here we're graced with the rather cluttered military-grade neural interface, courtesy of Edward Diego, as reward for hacking into the AI of Citadel Station called SHODAN. Because we are the hacker, the mystery individual from the intro of System Shock, who recently woken up from a 6-month coma following the surgery of the implant. And this is basically our main game HUD. So we have the biometer in the top left of the screen. We'll look at that later. We have our health and energy meter. We're doing alright health-wise, but energy-wise we're not doing so good. Here's our basic 3D view of the world of System Shock here. Either side of the screen are 5 neurographed hardware sockets, which, as we progress through Citadel Station, we'll pick up things that we can fit into our interface and be able to use. At the bottom of the screen we have the multifunction display, or the MFD, and we also have some more MFD selection buttons to the right hand side of the lower part of the screen: weapon, item, map, target and data. And finally in the middle, at the lower part of the screen, is our inventory selection buttons. Basically we have main, hardware, general and software. Spacebar to get into the game, and Alt-O to bring the screen back, though why we want to do that, I don't know. Of course, left clicking on the objects in the inventory we can select them, double click to use, and right button to remove them from the inventory. So let's get into the game. Now, originally System Shock is primarily a mouse-based game, as mentioned in the manual. You right-click with the mouse to move forward, and of course holding up on the screen further allows you to sprint, we were walking before. Turn around with the, like so, by clicking on the far side of the screen to get that symbol. And of course we can move backwards by clicking on the lower part of the screen. So basically we start off right after our 6-month coma in the neurosurgery part of the healing suite of Citadel Station. And we appear to be alone. One thing that the Enhanced Edition of System Shock does, which was originally fan-made by the way, as an update patch for System Shock, is the use of the mouse look, which can be done by pressing E. Now we can look around with the mouse instead of having to click around on the screen. Of course we can switch back between the two modes by pressing E again. Of course we move forward with, back and forward with WASD, like so, because they improve the buttons, I think, a little bit. We have a Medipatch healing agent, which we can use to heal ourselves, although we're doing alright for health, as I mentioned before. We actually have the full screen option, which basically gets rid of the main portion of the interface, but basically keeps everything else, which can be handy for looking around, getting a better view of the area, but I'm going to turn that off for the time being. We have two doors, one on the right that we can't use, and we have a door on the left that we can open by double-clicking on this button here. And we have some more goodies, first of which is a lead pipe. It is now in our possession. We can use it to smash things by right-clicking on the screen. We also have a briefcase that we can look into. We have a data log we'll be looking at shortly, and also a multimedia data reader that we can use to upgrade our hardware, and also allows us to read transmissions like the one we have now from someone named Rebecca.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called SHODAN. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
So that was Rebecca Lansing. Basically, she's our human contact throughout System Shock. And also, things are looking somewhat grim aboard Citadel Station. The onboard mining laser is being used for a possible retaliatory weapon against the Earth. There's evidence of biological contamination all aboard the station, and apparently the onboard AI SHODAN has gone rogue. I think we may have had a hand in that. After all, in order to break into SHODAN for Edward Diego, we kinda had to subvert the ethical constraints, and by subvert I mean entirely remove, which means that, oh dear. I think this whole thing may have kinda sorta probably been our fault. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that at the moment, but we have some more items that we can pick up, like this navigation and mapping unit, which will be very handy. Basically gives us a compass, so we can kind of have an idea as to where we can go. We also have a standard access card we can hopefully use to open that door that's behind us. We have the Stam Up stimulant, which we can use to fix our stamina. We have a Berserk combat booster, and we have a System Analyzer version 1, which has been... Well, here we have the hardware down here. We've got the main hardware, general, and software, as I mentioned before. It's the data reader that basically allows us to see logs and information. In view that's the control, which is a full screen that we saw earlier. It's inactive, and that's active. That's the nav unit, that's the compass. And we have the System Analyzer, which we can use to look at the onboard system processes aboard Citadel Station. So basically the security is at 100% at the moment, the mining laser is charging, the life pods have been disabled so we can't use them to get off the station, the shield is off, and the reactor is normal. That's the general system analysis. There are 27 processor nodes. The main program is charging laser. The comm speed is 62.5. And there are 4 groves aboard Citadel Station: Alpha, Beta, Gamma and Delta. Alpha, Beta and Delta all appear to be normal, but Gamma appears to have been launched. One thing that I actually will mention that I didn't mention as the recording was playing from Rebecca is that you may have noticed that the text now matches the audio. That's because I used a text patch in order to fix that. Because when the game was originally released, it was rushed out on floppy disks for MS-DOS before the CD version was released, and thus the text and the audio were entirely different. Some were similar but not the same. So I implemented that patch to kind of fix that, to make it a little bit easier. And also we have a map. We have a map down here that auto-fills in. That'll be very good. And we can actually use that to full, which is interesting. We have, we can zoom in and out. We're kind of here at the moment. You can check things. I think we can leave messages. Yeah, we can. So we're in that room at the moment. Or no, we're in here at the moment. And we can leave messages, which is a very nifty feature in System Shock. So we're at the healing suite, or neurosurgery, so neurosurgery. And basically we can leave sort of waypoints for ourselves. We can actually see this on the map, and we can kind of zoom in and out as well, as you can see there. We're done, and as you can see there, the word neurosurgery is actually present on the map, which is entirely useful. And as we move around, so there's the waypoint, neurosurgery, which is quite handy indeed. So our main objective at the moment is to find Nathan Darcy in the hopes of stopping the mining laser from being used on Earth by SHODAN. And we can now open this door because we picked up the key card, the standard access card that we have in our general inventory that we can use to open up. And we don't have any software at the moment. So I'll stop here at the moment, and when we return we shall open this door and see what else we can find. Until next we meet, adventurers.